Hi, I'm EJ, and I think probably maybe some people will watch this video who don't know me. So I'd just like to say hello and introduce myself a little bit for those people. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm no expert. So you should watch it. I'm just making this because some of my friends were like, oh, that sounds cool, and I don't know if they really want to watch it, but I'm making it. I'm a teacher. I know I'm familiar with the value of trying to learn something and then teaching it or talking about it and trying to explain it as a way to solidify the concepts for yourself. So I made this video for me too. I'm reading Capital by Karl Marx. I am also doing meeting people via Skype. I've found also that it is really helpful for a lot of reasons to do things with a group of people. I'm not going to go into it, but I really encourage you, if you're interested in doing this or something else, to do it with a group of people if you can. You'll get a lot more out of it. I really think you will. So anyway, what I'm doing is reading Capital. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, anything else about me? I don't know, I'm a teacher and I don't know. I want to keep this video to 5 minutes and it's already almost 2. So hopefully I've introduced myself with at least the bare minimum. I haven't finished chapter 1. I've read sections 1 and 2. I'm also making Quizlet flashcards. I will include them. I'll include a link to the Quizlet folder with those cards, and you're free to take a look at those and please tell me if I have anything wrong or if something's confusing. That's community, so that would be great. Okay, so I'm just gonna say what I've read so far. Hopefully by the time the next Skype meeting happens, which is 9:40 a.m. Monday, my time, it's 8:40 p.m. Sunday, Eastern, U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I've read sections 1 and 2, and I'm just gonna quickly kind of explain some of the stuff covered. I'm going to talk about commodities, use values, exchange values, and labor. Those are some pretty basic terms with Marxist work. Basically, there's a lot of talk about commodities because when you're talking about an economy, an economy is a system of exchanging commodities, so that's important. Basically, Marx says that a commodity is any item or can be a service that meets needs, and Marx does not differentiate between biological needs and imaginary needs. So if you really need that pair of earrings, it really satisfies a need for you, okay, fine, it's a need according to Marx. Different commodities. Is this too loud? I'm making a video. I'm almost done. Different commodities, all commodities have a use value. The use value is how useful it is. The earrings, not so useful. This coat, much more useful. Okay, and then many items also have an exchange value, which is basically so you want to trade, your earrings that you spent, 100 NT dollars on for my coat. You will definitely do that because that's not a very good exchange, and you're going to be sweet, I just got something that was worth a lot, versus these cheap earrings. Okay, things have different exchange values. The exchange value changes constantly because it's based on a lot of different things. So that's interesting. Use values don't change as much. Oh gosh, I have to hurry. Okay. One thing that's really important to think about is how does an item accumulate value? Okay, fine, it's going to be over 5 minutes. Not much though. I'm going to hurry. Of course, you can see how long this is, but basically, for something to have value, you start out with something that you find in the natural world. You have some soil, and then you add some seeds, and then you grow something, and then you make a salad, okay? So basically, something accumulates value by taking something from the natural world, and then you add human labor. Labor is a very huge part of how something accumulates value. And then, of course, in addition to that labor, something has use value. So you can put tons and tons and tons and tons of labor into making a diamond ring, but I'm still going to prefer having a coat today because I was really cold and I really don't need a diamond ring. Okay. Okay, I'm almost done. Not all labor is the same. It kind of talks about that in section 2 of chapter 1. Some labor is useful and some labor is not useful. So useful labor is something that's going towards making a thing that is useful. So an example would be making the coat would be useful labor. However, not all useful labor is the same and doesn't result in the same kind of product. Also, useful labor is nothing to do with an economy. We need useful labor to live. We need useful labor to build a habitation for us to live in. And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with any kind of economic system because in order to live, you need to have useful labor, you need to find food and this kind of thing. So the last thing that I want to say is to point out that not all useful labor results in something that is a commodity. So, for example, if you grow vegetables at home, and you're not growing them to sell, they are only for you and your family to eat, that's not a commodity. Okay, so these are like some really, really, really basic things about talking about the economy and the basics of how value is accumulated. And that is what I've read so far for chapter 1. Take a look at the Quizlet to see me slowly as quickly as possible, add the other sections of chapter 1. Thanks.